Hey, what's up, guys? All right, so here with my son today.
What's up, man?
We are at actually at my church. We got a men's conference going on today, and it was really interesting because we had just a point where this guy named Crowder, if you're familiar.
He's my favorite
Singer?
song, whatever.
Yeah, it was cool, man. We got to get right up close by him, so it was really awesome that I got to bring my son to come be a part of it. But one of the things, he was being interviewed afterwards after rocking out the place, and it was really good music. I really don't fall into fanboy mode very often, but that was kind of cool. So, but one of the cool things was afterwards he was out in the front and they were kind of interviewing him, and there was a smaller audience around him. And one of the guys pointed out that a lot of his music was really built around the concept of the prodigal son. And he asked him, you know, was there a point to that, or was that just something that just happened, you know, kind of by accident or whatever? He goes, no, actually, it was really cool of you to point that out. And he said, man, honestly, I feel like I'm speaking to myself a lot. And he goes, but the biggest part of why I talk about the prodigal son is because I want people to understand that they're never too far away from grace. And man, it really just struck me because I was having a conversation earlier, and I have a lot of conversations with men around this concept of freedom, right? And even personally, Emery, come here. When I look at, you know, where we're at as a country, and you know, everything that is happening here culturally, you know, being in DC during you know, January the 6th and all that kind of stuff, and we talk about things like we're fighting for freedom, we want freedom. We say that the United States is a free country, and you know, we're all fighting for these things, I think, or at least we desire to have them. But what's interesting is that what is it that we're actually fighting for, right? And if it comes down to the concept of freedom that we're fighting for, then why would we fight for anything less than absolute freedom? And what makes me think of that is the gospel. Like, I don't know that we can ever really experience true just freedom. I guess that, I don't even know what the word is, but like the word to explain, like pure, you know, like just freedom outside of a relationship with Jesus Christ. Like, it doesn't exist. And so, you know, and I know a lot of people, like I've been on, I guess, on this mission to try to define what does freedom look like, because if we're going to fight for things or fight against things, or we're going to do anything in the name of freedom, then we should absolutely know what freedom is in terms of what we desire and what is the end goal, because there's no sense in just fighting to fight. And so, or, you know, working towards something that we're not really clear on what it is, even though I guess maybe we have an inkling of it in our spirit, because we all come from an eternal source, right? And we have that pulling inside of us that's drawing us to something, but along the way, that light begins to sizzle, or fizzle rather, and got the plane going up over there. Anyway, sorry about the noise, guys. I'm outside here, but anyway, being able to get a clear identification on what freedom truly is, and I have a feeling it's something that we've never really existed in on this earth currently, even knowing Jesus. But what I'm saying is, like, there's something more to it, and we've got to be willing to dig into what is it in order to have it. So anyway, I just wanted to share that thought, because I know for a fact that you cannot have absolute freedom if you do not know who God is, if you do not have a relationship with Jesus Christ. So, like, that's front and foremost the most important thing, because anything else other than that, it's just not worth it. It's a cheap knockoff. It's like there's no relevance to it when we don't know, and when we're not connected to our Creator, and we don't understand that we are rather really just extensions of Him. We're, you know, our expression on this earth as men, as women, whatever, is a form of worship. And so our whole purpose of being on this earth is to fulfill God's purpose in our lives and glorify His name. And that really is where the beginning of true freedom starts. So anyway, guys, hope y'all appreciate that. I'm gonna jump. I'm here hanging out with my son, so I'm gonna spend time with him. But till tomorrow, or till next time, we'll talk to you soon.